Good morning, everybody. Today is May 12th. It's Saturday, so happy Saturday to everybody. The skies are clear and it's nice outside right now where I'm at. It's actually pretty cool. So I'm just gonna enjoy the outside breeze and coolness while we still can. I suggest any of y'all that live on the West Coast or anywhere where it gets really hot to do the same. But let's get into these cards today. I feel that it told a pretty clear story today. It didn't necessarily follow the way I normally look at things, where it's a plus and minus, and then how we come together with it. That's usually how I do things. I like to do things with a sort of balance, which is really funny when I look at the cards that came up today. But you know what? Let's just get into it. Keep it short and sweet. It's a little windy, so I'm using this to keep the cards down. All right. So what I had in my positive position, but I'm not even necessarily seeing this. I am kind of seeing this as positive, actually. I mean, it could be either or. It's the Seven of Swords backed and supported by the King of Wands. I normally don't care for reverses, only because it can make things even more complicated for me. But I felt that the reversal, I don't know, something just told me to give it a shot today, to pay attention to the reverses, and I kind of feel that it applies here. So I had the Seven of Swords in reverse. So this makes me think of one of two things: either talking ourselves up to be the King of Wands, or talking ourselves down from being the King of Wands. So whatever it is that you're feeling more of, I'm kind of feeling it's leaning more to the negative side, feeling like we're not good enough, feeling like we don't, just feeling like we're not, that we're not good enough. So when this is in reverse, I'm thinking, as opposed to us tricking other people, we're tricking ourselves, So I feel like maybe we're tricking ourselves into believing we're not the King of Wands, tricking ourselves into believing we're not, that we don't have, power. When I go into what was technically, I guess, the negative, but again, even this, it didn't feel very positive. So even here, this doesn't, it feels pretty neutral for me, honestly, in the sense that it's not really bad or good, it's just, it is. So we have Justice backed by the Four of Pentacles. So Justice automatically makes me think of karma. Anytime Justice comes up, it makes you think of karmic situations or karmic lessons, or it can just mean, everything about balance. And you see that with every little piece of symbology in this picture. You even have the two pillars, you have the scarf on both ends, you have the scale, you have, you just have a lot of, doubles here, a lot of evenness. Even the sword points up and the scale points down, or, hangs down, if you want to look at it that way. So it's all about bringing things into balance, bringing things into evenness, making things just, making things fair. And so when I'm seeing this with the Four of Pentacles, I'm seeing this as having to learn to give and take between when to hold tight to something and when to let go. Learning. This makes me think of, lessons of surrounding control, lessons surrounding stability, lessons surrounding the need to control, the need to possess certain things, coming into balance of how you of how you control your, maybe your finances or earthly materials. But again, like I always, or not always, but what I've been noticing is even pentacles can mean, values, the more the intangible possessions, like your values, your morals, even, the security within yourself, the groundedness. With this being, a 4, this makes me think of, deeper introspection about your stability, about what keeps you grounded, about what makes you feel safe and secure. So what we have normally in our outcome spot, and I guess you could call even the advice, or how we work with both of the energies of the day. But as you see, we have 2 more sword cards. So a lot of this is in the mental realm, but we have wands and pentacles here. So this is really an all around, but with a focus in the mental. So we have another 4, the 4 of Swords, and the King of Swords. So there's a few things I want to point out with similarities with the cards that were pulled today. First is these 2 4s. 4s in the deck make me think of like introspection, of like the deeper layer of something. Not even necessarily a deeper layer, but like a deeper focus. So here, we're seeing this focus in the grounded and the tangible, and maybe the finances and those kinds of things. Here we're seeing, a rest of the mind, which I've been pulling a few days now. Either I've been pulling a few days, or it's been coming up in the monthly readings. But either way, taking a break to rest our mind, not even just rest our mind, but even like cool it on the self-deprecating thoughts about ourselves and about our confidence when we look at this King of Wands here. The other thing I wanted to mention before I look into those together is the King of Swords. The King of Swords also reminds me very much so of the Justice card. As you can see, they both hold a sword. They both have this stern look facing forward. Both have this very, just way of doing things, where they're not very emotional. They're just like, it is what it is, But the thing about the King of Wands is he has a little bit of like the clouds in the back. So it's not like he's focused. He's just, he's ethical, but he still has a little bit of like the clouds in the back, or sometimes the card, it has like a river in the back, or like some water in the back. So the King of Swords isn't completely emotionless, you know what I mean? He cares enough to where he's not coming off completely blunt and harsh the way that the Knight can, but he's still very fair. It's still very much about the balance of things and the fairness. So when we're looking at the 4 of Swords that is backed by this King of Swords, it is making me think, and going back to this 7 of Swords, where it was actually, in reverse, where we're low-key, excuse my language, mind-fucking ourselves, where we're dissing ourselves. But yeah, when I look at these, even just the 4, 4 is an even number. It's very even. Even Justice, which is 11, 11's an even number. Added together, it's 2. Even in this card, if you can see in here, there's like evenness even in his throne back there. So I feel like this speaks of coming into mental balance. Coming into mental balance, and what I have for bottom of the deck is the Emperor. So yeah, I feel like maybe spend some time today meditating and coming to more of your truth, you know. So yeah, I think I'll leave it at that. Keep it short and not just like ramble on and do the most. Kind of feel like I subconsciously try to make up for like blank space, or when I'm like trying to spend time letting the message come to me, that I feel like I have to like keep on talking. I'm slowly letting that go. Gemini issues. But anyway, I hope you all have a great Saturday. I'll be back tomorrow with tomorrow's, energetic reading for the day. I hope everyone stays blessed, stay positive and treat yourself, treat yourself well. I feel like even today's lesson just tacks on to yesterday's about, self-care and learning about the value of ourselves, and even just coming into balance of that, coming into balance and understanding of how we feel about ourselves and moving forward with that confidence and truth of ourselves, so we're able to actually act upon it. It's not just internal where we're doing the work internally, where now we can try and show it and act upon it, in our day-to-day. So again, I hope you all have a great one. You can follow me on Instagram at Gladiator in Sweats. Check the description box for a spelling or anything like that if you want to find out how to reach me. And I believe that's it. So without further ado, y'all, peace.